everybody. I know, yeah, I've been doing a lot of Feller Buncher related stuff here lately. This has not been what we've been mostly doing. It's just what I've been, when I resort back to my happy place, that's kind of where I'm in adventure. We've been doing a lot of sawmill work, and I haven't been putting on there. The boys are training me a lot in the mill. I'm starting to learn a few things in the mill. And we got the top secret mission going on, which I wish I could share with you all. It's a big deal, I promise you. Hang on, let me shut these doors. Boy, shut up, give down! My butt dragging out, grab me nuts, come on! Sorry about my children. I got one too many. Anybody want to buy a kid? Alright, so anyways, where's that? Oh, this top secret mission I'm on. The funky stuff that's been going on, y'all, those of you that watch Larger Way quite a bit probably caught some funky stuff going on. There is a big secret doodad going on right now. I can't share with y'all, and I'm sorry and everything, but trust me, y'all seen it soon enough. So I got some funky stuff going on here, there, and yonder. Everything from the daggone sawmill down to the daggone cutting and the top secret project and this, that, and the other. It's just a lot for me. I'm handling stress better than I used to. We're doing good. Me and Stevie's doing good, and I'm happy. I'm happy with that. I'll like shit out with Stevie, so I want to make sure me and you get along pretty good. And pretty daggone good, everybody. What I'm working on is we're close together. These weather patterns are whooping us. And this job that we're on right now, it is a wet style job. Here I'm crippling the trees, setting up a run. Stevie's right up on me, right up beside me. And you'll see me and him get close to each other from time to time. And he's right up beside me on the last run done. So basically, if we come in right after a weatherman, which this job is wet, but we come in right after a weatherman, when we got to start a new ground and start stirring new ground, it's awkward getting started with the whole mess of crew. So what I do is I try to start a short run where I can throw Stevie and the boys behind me, so I can get started with them back behind me. But I got to start see, here's how you got to do. You got to start behind, you got to do downhill cutting, which sucks. But you got to start behind doing a couple short runs to get them going, and then you stretch out the runs. And what Stevie usually does, he drags his feet just a little bit at the beginning to give me time to get an organized run. Because what it is, if I get the time to do an organized run and I can do it right, everybody else's job is a little easier if I ain't hurrying up and throwing trees on top of each other and weird stuff like that. Now, the untrained eye, this looks like a mess. I realize that what I'm doing. But I basically start up top. I back in, crippling the trees. Basically I call it crippling the trees, but I'm making a falling plan on every tree. I look up and see where the lean is, see where it's going, make a falling plan, and notch them. Just like hand cutting. You can do it also hand cutting when you get say you got a cable skidder on your butt, or say you're on a long run and you're waiting on a cable skidder a lot. I used to do it out like a bench road or something when you're dropping down to a bench or something, or just climbing up a hill. And you get on to where you're waiting on a skidder, you can cripple your trees, or slap your notches in and make your falling plan to where all your trees are notched and ready to go. So when a skidder gets out of you clean out the chute, and you can just start filling them up with trees. It's basically the same thing I'm doing here. This is probably one of the last jobs that Titus is going to play the big key role in, because Brutus is finally going to start kind of see. Now there, I ain't got enough. Which I got to thinking about how the boom works on Brutus and how nice it's going to be not to have to drive through all these holes and stuff like I do with Titus. But I love, it's just got a soft spot. I think what I'm trying to do with Brutus, and me and Stevie's been talking about quite a bit. I'm trying to get to where, what I'm trying to do is get Brutus on running a while, get the bugs worked out of it, and maybe start handing it over towards Stevie. And, start stepping back a little bit, because the guys at the mill need me more, and we got a lot of projects. We need to spend some money in the mill, basically is what it boils down to. But I just, for some reason, can't seem to get enough going in the woods, get caught up there to help them. So I'm hoping Brutus will kind of turn into my replacement. We'll have to play that bear and see how that goes. I think Stevie's got it though, but we'll have to play it bear and see how it goes, and see if I can find Stevie's replacement too, which is an issue. And it can't just be anybody. It's got to be just the right cat, and that's the hard thing. You know, I get people get hold of me all the time. Man, you need a Skinner, man. You need this or need. Yeah, I need a certain guy, and it just got to be a special guy. It's a hard thing to explain. It takes a certain balance of CDLs is a major key, and some people just won't entertain the idea of getting their CDLs. I know growing up in the 90s and stuff, there's always a stigma about, you know, man, truck drivers are stupid, man. I don't want to be a stupid truck driver. So I'm like, man, I don't know what y'all's talking about. I've been a truck driver since I was old enough to get a truck driver's license. And let me tell you, my funnest time, and I'm not embarrassed about it. You know, a lot of people's embarrassed about it. I'm not embarrassed about it. Some of the most fun times I have is sitting behind the wheel of my old bird. I mean, I don't buy into that negative truck driver stigma that some people have. It's just nasty. It's not. Let me tell you something. If you bought it, big truck brought it. That's all there is to it. You know, the daggone the world moves off of trucking. You know, I just don't know why there's this negative stigma on trucking, but there is, and a lot of people carries that. A lot of people thinks that you're some kind of lesser than or something if you got your CDLs, but I don't know. I made peace with being lesser than years ago, I guess. But the CDLs plays a big part in it, and the daggone knowing how to log, and that's two separate worlds coming together, and that is a hard balance to find, a real hard balance, and it is the future of this. Now, what I'm doing right now is it looks like I'm fumbling around this tree. I'm doing some canopy work up there through my treetop cam, trying to figure out how to get this poplar tree slide past the other one. When your head don't tilt, it takes a little bit of issue to get it. See, I'm working it up there. That's what all this stuff you see me doing. I'm letting go and grabbing and letting go, grab. See, I'm trying to get it to spin. It's locked in the top of that other tree. I'm trying to get the tree to spin. See how it's spinning the wrong way though? There we got it. And I'm sure old Bruce will fix a lot of that stuff. And Stevie's been around leveling cutters before, and he says it'll be a game changer. But I just, to me, I believe what I can see. And I don't live in la la land. We got a certain budget. Brutus fit the budget. And I have seen, just so y'all know, the ones they've been on me about Brutus being light in the rear. I noticed that. I'm getting my parts manuals in, and I have been seeing that there is a weight bench type of thing you can buy for Brutus to go up underneath his butt. And if anybody knows of like a logger boneyard, if anybody knows of a logger boneyard that might have an old timberjack or an old John Deere filler buncher setting in it with that weight bench in the back at I think it looks like about a 2-inch chunk of steel. It's a solid steel weight is what it is. I need to get that for Brutus. I can done tell you in the beginning I'm gonna need some ballast. The head's too damn heavy. What I'm running here on Titus is is that tree marked? Why does it not look like it's the next tree? Oh, here we go. Right on YouTube, Tater stealing trees. Where is the daggone mark on that tree? Oh, it's an X tree. Look how rotten it is. I remember that tree now. But anyways, what was I getting at? Oh yeah, Brutus has the 24-inch cut. Titus here has the 22-inch cut. And I want the 24-inch cut. I'm fine with the 22, but whoever takes my place, I would really prefer them to have a 24-inch cut, because I do some work with the 22 that's unnecessary to get to the wood. And when you get into freakishly large timber, you don't get it all with the 22. You need a 24. But I'm telling you, you can cut about anything there is to cut with 24. A little bit of imagination, you know. And look, here's another thing. See how my arms are closed? Look how I go into this black oak. See how I'm kind of getting to the suicide situation with the, you get in a suicide situation, see how the arch is around a tree. If that tree decides to fall sideways, it would take me over. It ain't, because I left some hinge on the other side. And I was using that, but that's a suicide right there. You get that tree behind the post of that center post, and you're on a suicide mission. If that tree goes sideways, you're going with it, whether you like it or not. I guess that pretty much covers everything. I'm finishing up this run. You'll see where we get up close to Stevie up here. And there is a daggone big old black oak that I have to. And Stevie's there. He's making me nervous. He's picking on me on the radio like he always does, making me nervous. Standing there watching me screw up, and I end up leaving a big oak. Now look how tight some of these situations are in these. But I leave a bit. There's Stevie there, and he's ready to torment me on this big. There it is. You see it in the front of the screen off to the right. There's the tree I screwed up on. And it would have went better if I had a bigger notch, but I didn't have a good enough notch when I get to it. I'm going to back down this hole, I think, and snatch up a white oak or black oak one. We're kind of dropping down a little hole here. That's a big old white oak, looks like. Run over that little daggone gum sapling or whatever it is. See here, I close my arms again, but I open my little arms. And the reason I'm doing that is so I can cut a cockeyed angle cut. See how I'm cockeyed? It ain't setting it, but I'm pushing right. There you go. It's a white oak, so your hinge has to be just right. Boom. Beautiful lay. Beautiful. And the stuff that you got to know to be able to cut with Titus, a lot of that stuff, the hillbilly stuff, I think it'll kind of go out the door with Brutus. I don't think Brutus, you'll have to. There's more moving parts on Brutus, but I think that's stuff that you just struggle with, and you have to learn how to do it the hillbilly way with Titus. You won't have to know, because Brutus will just level up and be heavy enough to go back. Now, my travel motors are getting a little weak. I'm going to have to do some hydraulic tests this winter. Might have to be time to change some, do some rebuilds on some hydraulic pumps and motors. Either my drive motor or my drive pump's getting weak on this thing. I can done tell you, cause it it feels sluggish. Hi, Stevie. And he's sitting there right now. He's tormenting me on this daggone tree, and I'm gonna screw it up right in front of him. Cause I'm nervous. He makes me nervous. That's all it is. But see, I didn't have an open enough notch in the front of the tree, so the tree didn't fall far enough before it caught. See, now what I need to do now is back out and go where he cut it. Stevie's sitting there, and I don't want to let go of the tree. Right there, it caught. See, it should have fell. I should have had an opener notch on it. But it don't matter. It's got wind shake in it. Stevie's got to butt it off anyways. You can't saw it. But it still looks tacky and crappy. Yeah, there he's making fun of me. Yeah, I hear you. I hear you, driver. I hear you. Yes, I screwed up on camera. Everybody can see it. Look at that. But it's nasty. It's a daggone. He's going to have to butt 10, 12 feet off that thing to get it cleaned up. That wind shake, you can't make no lumber out of that. I guess that's it. I've been getting some comments here lately, do more sawmill videos. And that's great, because there's a pile of them coming. There's a pile of sawmill stuff I'm doing, but I'm so busy and learning and struggling that it's hard to. God, I got a lot to learn. And thank God for Rick Ball is all I can say, because he's got the patience. He's been patient so far. But Rick Ball ain't a patient character. He seems patient, but he's a high-strung individual. You know, and he don't like some weak link following him around, being a pain in his butt, you know, so I got to be careful there, you know. But so far, he's been fairly patient with me, teaching me things, and God, I got a lot to learn. But mechanical wise in the mill, we're doing good. I'm working on the sweep chains, that sweep chain project. If I can get that knocked out, that'll carry me some good clout. Everybody be proud of me enough to give me time of day, you know, if I solve their sweep chain problems. But that resaw, we got McDonough resaw, and that's a good rig. But the problem is it's made up there in cheese country, and they got small timber. And down here in where we're at, we got a longer growing season, and what we're targeting buying is this big heavy wood. And you throw this, it's just a thing of physics. You throw this big heavy wood down on a resaw and bang around on them big cans, 16 footers that some bucking 18-inch squares, you know. You bang around that son of a buck 16 footer and 18-inch squares all day. Is she gonna? It's just not made. It's made for 12 foot for long, and you know, it just, you can tell by looking at the equipment. It's just not made heavy enough. So I'm trying to modify. What I'm trying to do is in the chains and stuff. They got these 100. We've been using 100 heavy chain and stuff, but it ain't enough. It's just missed the sign. It needs some mods. So, and that's where my creativity needs to go. And right now, I can't get out of the woods. I'm latched. I'm nailed down this buncher seat, and I need to start getting some. Because when you go to modifying stuff like that, it's time consuming, and mentally, it sucks on your creativity. So you have to have your creativity opened up and all that stuff. You can't be sitting there worried about. And I don't. And it's a race against the clock because. I need to get all that stuff knocked out while Big Mama and Big Daddy's still in good health. You know, I need to get this stuff, and it's all basic. It ain't like, you know, some kind of fancy pants, you know, high tech doodad. No, it's just straightforward. This here shit needs to be heavier duty, so we can do this, do that. And there's a few mods. The lumber grading project is still coming, but I got to get. I think it's going to take me another. Probably 200 hours to 250 hours of engineering time before the lumber grading project's ready. It's gonna take it, but it's good. It's really good. It's gonna be really good. But I gotta get. I just ain't got the time to designate to it yet. And hoping when the weather gets, and this top secret project I'm working on, I'm hoping once I get it off my plate, which is quite a bit of stuff. I'm hoping I'll finally get the time to sit back. Get some engineering done on the lumber grading station so we can get that done. Once we get that lumber grading station done, it'll separate the grading from the mill and it'll be good. Our mill right now runs straight down through to the lumber system. And the lumber system, it needs to be separated from our mill. When you're running your sawmill, it runs straight into the lumber grading scenario. It's adding stress and stuff to sawmill that don't necessarily need to be there if you can avoid it, and we can avoid it, but it's got to be some work here. And look how close Junkyard and him is getting close to Titus there. And Junkyard, he's like the Big Daddy. He gets nervous. Of course, he knows me. He's worked around me long enough. He's seen me doing enough crazy shit that he's like, I don't like being that close to him. Oh, come on, Junkie, it ain't that bad, buddy. I remember there's been a few debacles between me and Pee Wee. He's wore a few trees. And hell, I've wore trees from other timber cutters. Roger. Daggone, I've wore my share of trees, ain't no Raji. Oh. But I'll shut up and let the rest of this play out. And Tora, we're going to finish this. And then here's two of these trees I'm cutting so wide open here. They cut great. But and I'm just looking forward to Brutus cutting these white oaks of Brutus. I mean, it's going to be so sweet. Them some pretty good sized veneer trees there, you know. But all right, later on, guys, and I'll try to keep up on my vidges. I know we're lacking a little bit right now, but I got so much going on that it's hard to commit to the YouTubes right now with all I got going on. And I wish I could fill y'all in, like I said. I wish I could fill y'all in, but I can't. But you'll see why later. Later on, guys.